guys, it's Kara from Goddess to Goodness. I'm here all in my towel and stuff. Nice to see you. Thank you for joining me. Tonight I'm going to do a quick energy update for Sagittarius from mid-September to mid-October. Okay, so first I'm actually going to start out with the energy oracle for you guys. So I'm just gonna call in my archangels, Archangel Michael, Mary Magdalene, my ascended masters, my fairy guides, my ancestors, my Daco. My Daco is, he was a dog I had for 11 years. He has become my spirit guide. So, in case you guys wonder, like, why I call him. Okay, so Sagittarius, mid-September to mid-October. And Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Mid-September to mid-October. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Mid-September to mid-October. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Mid-September to mid-October. Okay, guys, and this is just a general update. So they're telling me one more. So this is just a general update. So if this resonates with you, you'll know within the first few minutes. If it doesn't, then it's just not your message, or it may not be your message at this time. Energy sometimes doesn't catch up with the physical, or you may be in a different like part of this message, but take what resonates, whatever doesn't, leave it behind. And I'm still shuffling just because I'm talking. So one other thing, guys, if you do resonate with this, please like, share, subscribe. If you'd like to make a donation, the link will be provided down below in the description. Okay, and so Spirit, what do we have is in general energies for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-September to mid-October. And your cards be flying. These are popping. Okay, so right off the bat. Okay, so guys, right off the bat, I feel like there's a lot of healing being done. First card to come out is the Healer of Ages. This is like a Christ-like energy, and when I say like Christ-like energy, it's about healing yourself from the inside out. Okay, this isn't like going to like a psychotherapist or something like that. This is like things that are literally coming up from like your messages from your highest divine self, your ancestors, your guides, the divine, things that are actually like allowing you to like purge and release certain things in your life, that some things you may not have even known that were like there, or like maybe causing blockages, challenges, or issues for you. Right here I get walking away, and in this card, if you see it, there's a butterfly here that's glowing, and there's one here that's not. So it's almost, what I'm getting is like, it's almost like about you melding your physical and your spiritual self together, okay? Or like balancing the two out. But when it comes to walking away, this could be like a literal physical walking away from people, situations, or things that no longer serve you. But what I get is it's about walking away from like the karmic patterns or karmic cycles, karmic lessons, karmic baggage that have maybe like held you back in like places you didn't even know. Okay, so it's about like healing and releasing things that have been, this could be like past life issues, this could be ancestral trauma, or generational. And I don't mean trauma, but like ancestral encoding, generational encoding, and about like releasing like past patterns or beliefs that maybe weren't necessarily yours, but that were like passed down either through like family lines, through like learned behavior, or like walking away from like ancestral wounds, trauma, encoding. And those are things that are more passed down like genetically, like things you can't even put like a name to, or like who it came from or where it came from, but like you function in a certain way, and you may not know why, you may not have even wondered why up until recently. And I feel like it's like more of like walking away from like things that I'm really getting like genetics, like most possibly could be like genetic. And you got to understand, not only are like physical attributes and not only are like physical attributes and like behaviors passed down through ancestors, but it could just be like in a place where like your ancestors live and like we have a predisposition to stuff like genetically. And like when they ask you like your family history, like on a doctor's form, these things aren't like, yeah, it's like passed down through your how do I want to say it? It's yes, it's passed down from like your grandma and grandpa and like whatever, but those things are also like ancestral. So that our bodies evolve depending on what like place we live in, on what kind of environment or culture we live in, based on like the, and when I say environment, it could be like the amount of sun you get, it could be the amount of sun you don't get, it could be the amount of nutrients you do or don't get. But these things are like ancestral. It could be like your clan battled with another clan for thousands of years living in a certain place near the water, and you guys ate a lot of fish, and like our bodies like acclimate and like evolve and adapt to things like that, and it becomes genetic evolution over time. And so like you might not know like where or why it comes from, but I feel like you are, when I say walking away, it's like walking away from the things that you can change. So obviously, if you have a genetic disposition to heart disease or something like that, this could be like where you have a genetic disposition for heart disease or melanoma or whatever you want to call it. Even though you live in America now and you live in a place where you're like, wow, I live in Buffalo, New York, or I live in Minnesota and I sure as fuck don't get a lot of sun, but you have a genetic disposition towards something, you may be doing things to like change that. You may be doing things to change certain types of behaviors or certain types of thought patterns or certain type of beliefs that have been passed down. So I really feel like you are healing through this, like walking away from it. Like it's coming to the surface, you're clearing it, and you're like essentially spiritually, emotionally, could be physically walking away from things. The next card I get after that is the World. Okay, and with the World card, this is like showing that you're literally like looking at things like in a whole new perspective, like it's a whole new world. You're standing like kind of outside of yourself. This could be the way like you view yourself, and you're like looking at yourself or your situation or your current timeline is like, wow, like it's like a whole new fresh new perspective. It's a whole new world. Okay. I'm going to clarify this with, actually, for you guys, I'm going to use my Fairy Oracle by Brian Froud. Okay. And guys, if you do wonder what decks I'm using, I usually just include them in the descriptions. If I don't, please, you can message me or whatever. You guys, if you guys want to book personal readings, you can find me on Facebook at GoddessToGoodness. I am just now signing up for an Instagram account, and then I also have a Patreon page. So if you would like longer extended readings and little perks such as like meditation sessions and full moon and new moon practice tutorials and information, things like that, spiritual bath tutorials, go ahead and subscribe on Patreon. And I'm always adding like new content all the time. So that's Patreon at GoddessToGoodness. And like I said, if you guys do appreciate what you're seeing, there is a donation button down below. And so what do we have here for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for mid-September to mid-October, please? What do we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising September to mid-October, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What do we have for Sagittarius, mid-September to mid-October, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Please, one more card, please. One more card, please. Oh, and actually, well, I already asked for one more card. We do have a few here. So, okay. So, oh, wow. Geez, 3 came out here. Okay, which is fine. Okay, so guys, right now, I feel like you're going through a transformation. You're kind of in between. like it's almost like you're stuck between worlds. Not stuck between, but in the process of healing, and then like walking away from like old patterns, old uh just things that no longer serve you. It could be like old karmic patterns, old whatever. You're kind of seeing the world in like fresh new eyes. Like you're seeing like that it is a whole new world. Okay, with that though, that is causing a sense of transformation. You're kind of in between worlds right now. Like you're ready to make the leap into the new world, because you've quite literally are in the process or already have walked away or are beginning to. Okay. Excuse me. The next card after that is like Sylvanus, it's called, but it's almost about being like knighted. It's like seeing the truth. Okay, but it's about like seeing like the inner truth. And it's, you can look at this two ways, where like the mask is coming off and things are being revealed, or you have walked away and like lifted the mask or the veil from your eyes, and then you are now seeing like the truth, and you are seeing like what's really at the core of things, okay, in your life. You're seeing like really like what's at the base of things. That's um that's leading you to like step into your spirit, okay? And like spirit dancer, like this is really like indicative of somebody who's finally like feeling like their true selves, okay? And that's kind of what this card represents right here. Like the mask comes off, and this is like your true self being revealed. Like this is the truth, the sort of truth. And like you're now not only seeing your true self, but you're revealing it like to others around you. And that's like letting you like step into like, stepping into like your spirit, and like really like dancing like with freedom, like, and it's like your soul coming out to dance. Okay. The next card here is Om the Poet, and he is actually like a very like sensitive soul. Um, but it's about having like that heart of a poet. So I feel like maybe sometimes you may have held yourself back, or held in like your inner voice, or held in like your real true self. But along with the spirit dancer card, okay, where you're letting like your true self like out, and letting it out to dance and be free, you're actually stepping into this energy where like your soulful side is coming out. It's like you're now like able to like reveal your like heart, your softer side, your sensitive side, not only to yourself but to the world, okay? And right there I feel like you're coming into union within yourself, union within the world around you, union within your circumstances. But like you're finally now like seeing things clearly and understanding like why things are how they are, or like why they have to be the way they have to be, or something like that. But I'm really getting a sense of like identifying like with your true like inner self, like your soft self. And that's like your spirit, your soul self, your highest self, like coming into the light and being like set free almost. Okay. um okay, so I'm actually going to use this deck next. This is Apocalypsis. It's a beautiful deck. I love the artwork in here. It's by Lowell Scarborough. And okay, so Spirit, what shifts or changes does Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising have coming in for mid-September to mid-October? What changes or shifts does Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising have coming in mid-September to mid-October? I just saw the Lovers. So again, that's like union with self. Could be union with somebody else, like a divine union, divine partnership. It could be union with the divine union with the universe. Spirit, what do we have coming in mid-September to mid-October with Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising? What do we have coming in for Sagittarius mid-September to mid-October, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Let me get two more cards, please. Spirit, let me get two more cards, please. Please, one more card. Let me get one more card, Spirit, please. Okay, or it's two. We're going to take them. And funnily enough, I have a card in here from one of my other decks. It's a Mermaid Tarot. I'm actually going to take it. We'll read it in a second. Okay. Yep. Yeah, okay. So, Sag, we have the Hangman here, and in this deck especially, I love this one because it depicts a man not only in the Hangman position. Usually the Hangman's upside down, but this guy is like being suspended by hooks. Now, in cultures like in places in India and whatever, there are certain cultures that suspend themselves from hooks and rope, or suspend like fruit and other objects from themselves with like hooks and rope. The reason they do this is because it releases endorphins, but it also like brings them into like a higher connection, like a higher mind space, a higher consciousness. Okay, it leads them to being like closer, like with them their highest selves, the divine, their intuition. Okay, so I feel like you've kind of been in that space. Sorry. Next, this energy that you've been in is creating healing. Okay, the star is definitely like an energy of like vast healing. Okay, and that kind of goes along with that just confirms like the first card you guys got with Healer of the Ages, and walking away from like those things that don't serve you. Um the Hangman brings in that energy of that spirit dancer, where it's like allowing like your true soul to like be free. It's also about transformation, okay, and revealing like your true self. Okay, so this Hangman energy has allowed you to step into your like true soul self, and major healing is taking place for you guys. Okay, major healing. We then have a card of the seven of wands, and in this card, I mean, the Seven of Wands is usually about endurance. It could be like going the distance or something like that, but in this card especially, he's like taking his power back. Okay, in this depiction of the Seven of Wands. So I get this energy that you are like literally like stepping into your power, and you're like taking your power back. You're like, wow, I like my soul is like now free. I've seen like my true self, okay, or I am seeing my true self. I've transformed or am transforming, and my my inner like poet's heart, my inner heart is coming out, and I'm recognizing it, and I'm coming into unity. Okay. Um and then the next card we have is the Six of Pentacles, which is like equal give and take. So this could be like equal give and take, like with you in the world. It could be like equal give and take energetically between like yourself and your space. But I really get the sense that this is like equal give and take between like you and like your higher self. Like you're actually being able to like step in and like balance yourself within your world. Okay. And again, like with this walking away card we got in the beginning, you see the two butterflies. One's like lit, and the other one's like regular physical like butterfly. So it's about like balancing like your spiritual with your physical. Okay. And then in the Eight of Pentacles, this really is, guys, even though it's from a different deck, it was like meant to come out, it was meant to be seen. The Eight of Pentacles here is like, it's about like enjoying the harvest. You're like now finally like beginning like to harvest the seeds that you've been planting all along. Like you're starting to see like the results of like all the things you've been planting, all the healing that you've been doing. You're seeing it like actually come into fruition. Okay, and then I'd actually like to add, actually guys, I really want to add, okay, now within all of us, we have divine masculine and divine feminine energies. Okay, and no matter whether you are gender wise masculine, feminine, it doesn't matter. We all carry both energies. So I'm actually going to pick a card from my goddess deck. Okay, this is the divine oracle, divine feminine oracle. I'm so sorry. And so Spirit, what is it that we have to tell Sagittarius? Because like I said, I feel like you're coming into unity here with your like both energies. You're coming into unity like with yourself. There's a lot of healing going on, but this is like a very feminine energy, and also this is like getting in touch with that softer side. So that's kind of why I'm pulling a divine feminine card here. Okay, so Spirit, what guidance or advice do we have for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-September to mid-October, please? And like I said, guys, if you do want to book a personal reading, you can direct message me on Facebook at GoddessToGoodness, or you can email me at GoddessToGoodness at gmail.com. Perfect. Dude, this card is just fucking beautiful. Okay, so Isis, the goddess of magic. This is as feminine as like you get, okay? And on the bottom it says, the goddess of magic, sexual energy is sacred. My pleasure is a prayer that brings me back to life. Okay. So now again, guys, like this may be for you guys that like maybe like you are healing yourself or others with sexual energy. But again, this is like that ecstasy kind of feeling, like your soul, like your highest divine soul, like coming out to play. Okay. Like I said, I feel like this is like you have been like suspended, but it's like suspended and becoming like coming into euphoria, coming into that like divine ecstasy. And it might not be you guys might not look at it as like sexual energy, but sexual energy is very, that is of the divine, okay? And especially for the feminine, we are the creators, okay? The feminine energy is the creative, it's the receiving, it's the it is the compassion in life. That is like the feminine energy. And again, with this like the poet, he is definitely the like creator. He's like speaking from his soul. He is like the heart of a poet, like I said. This is a very very healing and very very like beautiful, all encompassing, very compassionate energy. While you're going through this transformation, I feel that you have to like definitely like give yourself and others that compassion. Like I said, the Healer of the Ages was your first card, and it's about definitely having that like Christ consciousness energy, where like not only do you have compassion for others, but you treat yourself with compassion, because you are seeing like your inner self. You are seeing the truth, and you are seeing like who you really are, or like what really like matters. And it's about that equal give and take, right? So maybe you've been all about like give, or receive, but I feel like you're coming into unity with both energies within yourself. And this card right here, it shows me that you're like walking away from like one or the other. Like you are going in between this and that. Like you are in that transformative in between energy. Where is it? Like I showed here. Where is she? Give me 1 second, guys. Where'd she go? There she is. You're in the in between energy. You're like in this transformation of like between worlds, right? You're like still in the world you're in, but then you're like looking outside of it, like, wow, everything's like a whole new world. And like I said, you guys have like had this endurance, but like you're finally like stepping back into your power. You no longer feel like one way or the other. You're like, wow, like I am like encompassing everything. I'm powerful. And in this card, what I love is like the staff he has turns into like a snake with the lightning behind him. So it's literally about like melding like the physical with the divine. And like your divine self. That's also where the unity is. Like, all right, Spirit, let me just get one card of guidance for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-September to mid-October, please. And like I said, guys, if you do want a personal extended reading, I also do soulmate readings, twin flame readings, couples readings, things like that. You can go ahead and message me on Facebook, GoddessToGoodness. And if you really enjoy this and it resonates with you, please hit that like button, share it, subscribe. I would love that. If you love it, you'll be notified. If you subscribe, you can hit that little bell button right next to the subscribe button. And like I said, also guys, if you really do feel the love and wish to donate some love back to me, the link will be in the description down below. And okay, Spirit, so what do we got? What do we got for Saggies? Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh, and there it is. There it is. What do we got for Saggies, Sun, Moon, and Rising, mid-October or mid-September to mid-October? We have Jophiel. Joy. So your Archangel Jophiel wants you to know that joy is all around. They want you to try to indulge in that childlike spirit, right? Okay, and like I said, it's like going, when I say childlike spirit, it's about going back to the purity, the innocence. And if you guys like ever like notice a child, they'll just like dance in the middle of like anywhere. And they'll just do it just to have fun because they're having fun. They're just feeling it. They're feeling that energy. They're feeling that joy. And so Jophiel is just reminding you to like step into that energy. And if you've chosen this card, they're kind of reminding you to like kind of do that for yourself because you deserve it. You deserve to feel that energy of just being like light and free and like joyful, like just for the fuck of it, like pretty much. Okay. The next one is Uriel and it's trust. So when trust comes up, um, the divine is asking you to just trust and maybe say like you can say like a little like prayer or like a little like blessing for yourself, saying like Uriel, please help me to step into trust, trust of yourself, trust of the divine, trust of what's to come, and please help me release the energy of like non-trust, okay? Because it's really hard to like sit back and just like wait for things to happen. And it doesn't mean like just sit back and wait and don't take any action. That's not what this means. Take your action. But while you're taking the action, please have joy and that childlike wonder when you're doing it and that childlike innocence and purity. And then trust that everything is going to work out the way it's supposed to and that the things that you are trying to manifest and the joy and the abundance that you are working hard for, please trust that it's going to come to you in the way that it needs to when it's the right time. Okay, my Saggies, I hope this helped. I love you. Thanks for dealing with me with the towel on my head. My hair's a little drier now. And I hope you have a beautiful night. I love you. Night.